Hundreds of millions of dollars in last-minute trades on oil markets are raising concerns about possible market manipulation as the U.S. continues its war on Iran. There are reports oil markets saw a highly unusual trading activity just minutes before U.S. President Donald Trump announced America would postpone strikes on Iranian energy infrastructure on Monday. An Iran speaker posted the claim on social media the U.S. was manipulating financial and oil markets. Economist Jeff Rubin, author of A Map of the New Normal, is joining us now to break down this story. Good to have you back.
Good morning.
Just to set the stage for everybody, on Monday morning, U.S. President Trump posted on Truth Social Washington had held, quote, very good and productive conversations with Tehran over a complete and total resolution to hostilities. So tell everybody what happened to the oil markets at that time.
Well, oil prices fell almost 6%. And coincident with that, and as a result of that, we saw a big move in the S&P 500 futures and a rebound in the stock market. How lasting this is subject to debate. I think this is ephemeral. I mean, as long as the strait remains closed and as long as key energy infrastructure is continued to be targeted by missiles and drones, it's hard to see a sustained decline in oil price.
So why?
You know, if we're going to talk about price manipulation,
yeah,
the much bigger story is, you know, I mean, what about the engineering of what has now become a bona fide third OPEC oil shock and soaring oil prices with it? I mean, I don't know about you, Anne-Marie, but I find it hard to believe that the closing of the Straits of Hormuz was some unintended, unanticipated response. I mean, I'm no military genius, but the fact that Iran were retaliated by sabotaging the Straits to me is like 1 + 1 = 2. So I guess the $64 million question is why.
That is the question that is still out there. Now, it's important on this story to mention that the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, Security and Exchange Commission, both have not commented on any suspicious activity that has been alleged in a couple of reports. But Jeff, can you explain for us why it is out there, this question is out there, is why this uptick in activity is being flagged as possible market manipulation? You have hundreds of millions in dollars of trades happening minutes before this announcement. You know, what are people then to make of that?
Well, I mean, presumably the allegation here was that there was either intended or unintended a leak from Trump's inner circle and that market participants acted on. And, you know, I mean, it may well be true. I just think that the bigger story on price manipulation is, you know, we've engineered a third OPEC oil shock, and that certainly has distorted prices on a scale far beyond the 6% rally we saw in oil prices following this recent announcement.
What's the follow-through then on what you were saying, Jeff?
Well, I mean, the question is, why did he do it? And, you know, while, you know, the U.S. doesn't rely on the Strait of Hormuz for supply less than 1%, oil's fungible, so scarcity in one part of the world affects prices in the other, and American motorists have paid at the pumps. But who benefits the most from, you know, soaring oil prices? By far, by a country mile, the United States. The United States is by far and away the largest producer, producing almost 14 million barrels a day. And there's a good chance that in the aftermath of this war, with the damage done to Qatar's LNG facility, which may take as much as 5 years to repair, the United States may emerge as the world's #1 LNG exporter as well. So, you know, and then think also of the longer-term reputational damage to Middle Eastern suppliers. I mean, many of their clients in Asia are going to be looking for more, you know, reliable sources of supply. And that's going to be probably the U.S. and to a lesser extent, Russia.
I was going to ask Jeff what you're going to be watching next, but you answered my question for me already. Jeff Rubin, always great to have you on the show. Thanks so much for being with us.
Take care. Bye-bye.
You too. If you like that video, make sure to subscribe to the Your Morning YouTube feed, where you can find all kinds of new content posted every weekday morning.